smartphone lens does not like low light, it doesn't like fast action, and it doesn't have a zoom. So it's difficult for people to work at night, it's difficult for people to film from a long, long way away.
How easy it is to use the phone and just pick it up and start filming. And I think I see it as a kind of like the gateway into filmmaking, and it makes filmmaking so much more accessible to anyone.
You need to think creatively about using this device to do different kinds of storytelling.
I stress that this is not a replacement for the traditional shoulder mount cameras we've been using for years and years. I do a lot of work in the Middle East, in sort of various war zones. I also do a lot of work with the British royal family. Two good examples where perhaps a mobile phone, a smartphone, will not work. On the front line somewhere, I need a big camera and I need an even longer lens. With the British royal family, we're often kept 30 or 40 feet back, so we can't hear what they're saying, so we're having to use long lenses there. That doesn't mean to say I can't use a smartphone.
There is a snobbery in broadcast, particularly in television broadcast journalism, where a lot of the kind of antagonists in that environment are used to using extremely expensive equipment. I often find it surprising when I do a training course with people and I show them a SAT truck and say, how much do you think that truck costs? They're like, oh, you know, 20,000 euros, 30,000 euros, €500,000. And they're like, I'm like, that's broadcast television. So when you say, this is a device that's €1,000, there's another €1,000 worth of accessories, but this can shoot, it can edit, it can live stream, it can do all that, people just go, no, don't believe it.
Because it's too cheap.
Because it's so synonymous with consumer technology that people don't perceive it as a professional production tool. And that's fundamentally misplaced, because if you have a premium platform smartphone, you know, one of the higher end, whether it's a Samsung Galaxy S9 or whether it's an iPhone 8 Plus, whatever it is, those devices are capable of shooting higher resolution content than the vast majority of €80,000 cameras and broadcasters. So all those devices can shoot 4K, edit 4K at 100 megabits per second, basically get that content up onto likes of YouTube or Vimeo in full 4K resolution. Broadcasters are still stuck in HD.
The BBC puts in lots of development and interest into the digital platform because it wants to maintain and retain their various audiences. People like myself, in my 50s, we like to sit down and we watch a traditional TV news bulletin that's on at 10 o'clock in the evening on the television. My two children of 23 and 25 wouldn't dream of watching a programme like that, but they both like BBC News, so they won't watch a traditional TV programme, but they'll go onto the BBC News website.
What we did first of all in mobile journalism in RTE was that we basically started using Mojo to produce television. So we do our television news reports on a phone. However, in the last couple of years, I've also been looking at the idea of using mobile phones to create content specifically for the mobile audience. The audience that is perhaps not watching television as much as they used to, but they are consuming stories on their phones. So we have kind of a mobile to mobile strategy at the moment.
I think a lot of people use their phones already to take pictures for fun, not always using it for work. So where we run into just trouble, I guess, is to reduce ignorance around what's possible with a phone. Okay, so to say, here's an app that will allow you to do this thing. Here is did you know that you can record broadcast quality audio with your smartphone? So a lot of it is actually tackling ignorance.
I think it is coming to the point in its evolution where it's like moving into Mojo 2.0. And what I mean by that is, we've been familiar with 3G and 4G and that level of connectivity, but as 5G, the next generation of mobile network comes on stream, Mojo is going to come into its own. And basically, if the broadcasters by 2020 have not decided to jump in and adopt the opportunity that Mojo is, then other newsrooms will start to develop and form to fill that void. Because more and more people are consuming content on their phone, fact, The truth about it is you don't need an €80,000 camera to make a short 1-minute report that's going to be consumed on a mobile phone. End of story.